Azaz Syed sahab is a journalist. I want to take different perspectives, not just from the strategic community always, but from the media perspective is also very significant. Azaz Syed works with the Geo News and he's been an investigative journalist for long, very credible journalist. Over to you, Azaz sahab. How have you covered this, the Operation Bunyanum Marsoos for this event, and how do you see this, please?
Event where every single entity who represents Pakistan in different ways is present and is giving his view or his perspective from his angle. We've listened the opinion given by the Air Marshal Saab, and we also listened the opinion given by some other colleagues. There's a famous saying that if in a room everyone is thinking alike, believe me, nobody is thinking. So I'm hearing that we all are saying this, that we have won, but I think so. To my understanding, we have won the external war, but still we are fighting the internal wars.
Yeah. True.
And the internal wars are big challenge. You can't continue like this if you are fighting the internal wars. You have seen that the way Pakistan Air Force and Pakistani forces, they have demonstrated their excellence, and entire nation applauded them. Entire nation was behind them. But at the same time, when we internally see the situation, that is not that beautiful which we are presenting here. And we need to make it beautiful. I would first start from media. If you look at the performance of Pakistani media with compared to the Indian media, you've not because I represent the Pakistani media, but you've seen that the way Pakistani media has responsibly reported about the events of war. You can see the language, you can see the content, and just remember that in India, the private television networks are working since 1994. And in Pakistan, the private television networks, they were allowed since 2002, December 2002. So there is a gap. They have more experience, they have good technology, they have good gadgets, and they have wonderful good journalists. But at the same time, we have seen that during this 3-day war, the big names, they were shot down like Rafales of India. We have seen, we used to respect, Pakistanis used to respect many Indian journalists, but you've seen that the way they came down. India, if you would have switched on the Indian TV channels those days, you would found that Islamabad has been conquered, and they were on the shores of Faisalabad. They were not, yes, and Lahore as well. They had conquered Lahore. The shores of Faisalabad. They used that. So anyhow, the point is this, that with compared to the Indian media, Pakistani media was more responsible. And if you see the Pakistani media, you'll find that Pakistani media used to criticize Pakistani establishment, the military establishment. But when there was war, Pakistani media was not into that. There were some elements who were sitting abroad, and previously they were closely linked with the Pakistani establishment. They were their own children. They were making, stories which Indian televisions were telecasting. So what is the lesson in terms of media, in terms of politics, in terms of business, in terms of everything? When you would start doing your own job professionally, you will have respect from all walks of life. We are ready to donate anything, but we are not ready to give taxes. The basic job of a journalist is to speak truth, fact. Are we doing it in terms of when it comes to Pakistan? Or are we allowed to my understanding, the domestic challenge is a bigger challenge than external challenge. And ripples within your society, they will be affecting you tomorrow if this happens again, God forbid. All the Pakistanis who think that they have their future linked to this country, they would be standing behind their armed forces whenever time would come. But at the same time, all the Pakistanis from media and from civil society, they would also request the Pakistani establishment to kindly disengage from politics. Whenever you are engaged in politics with this party or that party, with this prime minister or that prime minister, then you are facing the situation that whenever we have any visit abroad, our dignitaries are facing the situation that many Pakistanis would be standing outside the Pakistani embassies and they would be demonstrating against you because you are into politics. And for this engagement of politics, you need to devise a plan, and this is the ideal time that you have demonstrated your professional excellence. You need to sit with the civil society, and I believe that Sanober Institute, who has organized this forum, is one of the platforms where we can talk like this. And it doesn't mean that when we talk about that you should come out of politics, it doesn't mean that we are fighting with you. We can't, the people of this country can't fight with the armed forces, not at all. But at the same time, the people of Pakistan also think that if you are not into politics, then you would be doing your job better than what you are doing today. If you go, I've heard many people saying that people are all behind the armed forces. Please go check, talk to the people, the commoners. Just have it right from Islamabad to Lahore and just stop on restaurants on the roadside of Grand Trunk Road and talk to the commoners over there. Then you'll find that people are not happy from you because you are into politics. I think so the time has come that you should realize that when you are indulging in politics, then you are indulging in rest of all the walks of life. It is not, you are not commanding respect. Commanding respect is very, very important thing. You know, when our diplomats, the career diplomats, they work, they perform. We've recently seen a permanent representative in United Nations, Asim Iftikhar Saab, Azaz Syed's junior and his colleague. He's appointed there and you can see the performance. And previously, you've been appointing somebody who was given extension and extension and extension because you had some particular goals, because you want to command the country. So whenever you are doing your job, the people will respect you. So my point is this, that journalism and journalists have demonstrated their professionalism, and this is why if you look at India, whenever they wanted to listen to the facts, they would download the VPNs, and if you check the number of VPNs downloaded during this 3-day war, you'll be amazed. Because they were watching the Pakistani TV channels, because they were not, but the Pakistani TV channels often criticized, Pakistani media men often criticized, for sometimes very rightful reasons as well. But the international media was also depending on the Pakistani newsmen, because they were trying their level best to be factually correct. So whenever we would do our duties professionally, I think so that will bring us respect and applause as well. Thank you.